Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sarfraz Educationala, and today we are diving into a powerful personal growth topic, the secret to building lasting habits. In this video, we'll explore how small daily actions shape our long-term success, discipline, and mindset. So, talk with ChatGPT this topic.
Hey there, how's it going?
Good.
Hey there, how's it going? What's on your mind today?
ChatGPT, today we talk about the science of building a strong and lasting habits. Please guide our viewers on how habits form, why consistency matters, and what practical steps they can follow to build habits that truly stick.
Absolutely. Building strong habits is all about understanding the science behind behavior change. Consistency definitely plays a huge role because it helps reinforce neural pathways, making the habit more automatic over time. Some practical steps include starting small, being consistent with your practice, setting clear cues and rewards, and tracking your progress. Over time, these steps help turn a behavior into a natural part of your routine.
Good, ChatGPT. So my first question: What is
Of course.
what is exactly habit and how is formed?
A habit is essentially a behavior that becomes automatic through repetition. It's formed when a specific action is consistently triggered by a particular cue and then followed by a reward. Over time, the brain starts associating that cue with the reward, making the behavior more automatic. This process involves three main components: the cue, the routine or behavior, and the reward.
Good. Why do most people struggle to maintain habits long term?
Yeah, that's a great question. A lot of people struggle with maintaining habits long term due to a few common reasons. For one, they might set goals that are too ambitious or unrealistic, which can lead to burnout. Another factor is a lack of immediate rewards. Habits often take time to show benefits, and that can make it tough to stay motivated. Also, inconsistency or a lack of clear cues and planning can cause habits to fade. And finally, not having a strong support system or accountability can also make it harder to stick with them.
Great. My next question: How does Q routine rewards cycle work in habits building?
Absolutely. The cue routine reward cycle is the core of habit formation. It starts with a cue, which is essentially a trigger that tells your brain to start the habit. This could be something like a time of day, an emotional state, or a specific location. Next comes the routine, which is the actual behavior or action that you perform in response to that cue. Finally, there's the reward, which is the positive outcome or benefit you get from completing the routine. Over time, your brain starts linking the cue and the routine with the reward, which makes the habit stronger and more automatic.
Good. Can small habits really create big change in life?
Absolutely. Small habits can have a huge impact over time. When you consistently make tiny positive changes, they add up and lead to significant transformations. For example, small daily habits like reading a few pages of a book, doing a few minutes of exercise, or practicing gratitude can, over months and years, lead to major improvements in knowledge, health, and overall well being. It's all about the compound effect of those small, consistent actions.
Great, everybody. How can someone stay motivated when building a new habits?
Staying motivated can definitely be challenging, but there are some effective strategies. One is to set clear, achievable goals and break them down into smaller steps so progress feels more manageable. Another key is to celebrate small wins along the way, which helps maintain momentum. Also, finding a support system like a friend or a community can keep you accountable and encouraged. And finally, reminding yourself of the bigger purpose behind the habit can help you stay focused and motivated, even when the going gets tough.
Good. What role does consistency play in building lasting habits?
Consistency is absolutely crucial because it helps reinforce the habit loop. When you perform the behavior regularly, your brain starts to associate that cue and routine more strongly, making it more automatic and less reliant on willpower. Over time, consistency helps build momentum And even on days when motivation is low, the habit can still happen because it's become second nature. So consistent practice is what ultimately leads to lasting, sustainable habits.
Good. What are some psychological barriers that stop habits formation?
There are definitely a few psychological barriers that can get in the way. One common one is procrastination, where the habit feels overwhelming or not urgent, leading to delays. Another barrier is the lack of immediate gratification. Our brains are wired to seek quick rewards, so habits that have long term benefits can be tough to stick to. Also, perfectionism can play a role, making people give up if they don't do the habit perfectly every time. Lastly, lack of self efficacy or the belief in one's ability to succeed can also hinder habit formation. Recognizing these barriers is a great first step in overcoming them.
Good. How does environment influence our habits?
Environment plays a huge role in shaping our habits because it can either support or hinder our behavior. For instance, having cues and triggers in your environment can make it much easier to stick to a habit. For example, if you want to develop a reading habit, keeping a book within arm's reach can serve as a constant prompt. On the flip side, a cluttered or distracting environment can make it harder to focus and maintain habits. Also, social influences within your environment, like friends or family, can either encourage or discourage certain behaviors. So, by intentionally designing your environment, you can make it a lot easier to build and maintain positive habits.
Great. Can stacking habits make them easier to maintain?
Absolutely. Habit stacking is a powerful technique. It involves linking a new habit to an existing one, which helps create a strong association and makes it easier to remember. For example, if you already have a habit of making coffee in the morning, you can stack a new habit like doing a 5 minute stretch right after you make your coffee. This way, the existing habit acts as a trigger for the new one, making it more likely that you'll follow through. It also reduces the mental load of remembering to do the new habit, which definitely helps with consistency.
Great. What's the importance of tracking daily habits?
Tracking daily habits is really valuable because it helps you stay accountable and aware of your progress. It provides concrete data so you can see patterns, identify what's working, and spot areas for improvement. It also boosts motivation because seeing your progress, even if it's small, can give you a sense of accomplishment and keep you going. Plus, tracking helps you maintain consistency by creating a routine and reinforcing that habit loop.
Great. So my next question and last question, JDBD, what mindset should we adopt to build and maintain strong habits?
To build and maintain strong habits, adopting a growth mindset is really key. That means being patient with yourself, embracing setbacks as learning opportunities, and understanding that progress is often gradual. It's also important to focus on consistency over perfection and to celebrate small wins along the way. Another helpful mindset is being adaptable and open to adjusting your approach if needed. And finally, having a clear sense of purpose and connecting your habits to your bigger goals can really keep you motivated and focused.
Good. ChatGPT building lasting habits beings with small, consistent action by understanding how habits form and creating supportive routine. Anyone can transform their behavior and create meaningful long-term change.
Exactly. It's all about starting small, staying consistent, and being patient with the process. Over time, those tiny actions really do add up and they pave the way for meaningful, lasting changes. It's definitely a journey, but one that's very rewarding in the end.
Thank you so much, ChatGPT, for your sharing thoughts.
You're so welcome. It was my pleasure. If you have any more questions or need more insights in the future, just let me know. Have a great one.
No, anyone, no more question. So let's bye bye.
All right, sounds good. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.
So, and thank you for all watching till end in this video. Inspired you, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Start small, stay consistent, and build habits to shape your future. Allah Hafiz.